And welcome back. Well, our next guests are a wife and husband writing duo that took one of society's most beloved historical legends and crafted an adventurous backstory. Joining us now are Sandy and Dr. Darrell Troupe, and their new book is called How Nicholas Became Santa Claus. Welcome to the Morning Blend, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love this. First of all, that cover is absolutely gorgeous. But before we get into the story, I've got to know, how is it writing as a married couple? I would imagine that would be hard. Have you done this before?
We've done it ever since we got married.
Really?
Yeah,
But actually before we got married, because we were in school together for 3 years. So,
do you ever disagree on the story or how it ends or begins or the middle?
We have disagreements, but we work it out.
I mean, this is like a feat. The fact that you can
Right?
write together, stay married, I mean, that's fabulous. I love it. So you've got to talk to us about what inspired you guys to explore this backstory of Nicholas and how he becomes Santa Claus.
it started with us having kids.
Really?
We have 5 children, and 3 of our birth children have cerebral palsy.
Okay,
They are now in their 40s, and they're doing fine.
great.
And at the time, I needed something to encourage them to say, well, other people have problems accomplishing things too.
Yeah.
So and it was around Christmas time. They kept asking me about Santa Claus, and I kept thinking about all the times I asked my parents and my grandparents
Oh,
about
yeah,
Santa
yeah.
Claus.
Yes.
Yeah, we thought we wanted to give him a background,
Yeah.
a very magical background.
So cue us in, because it turns out this has kind of become a story about brothers, in essence.
Yes.
Yes. We have 3 princes. One is a king and 2 of them are princes, but one of them is not so nice.
Yes.
And he wants to take his brother's throne. It was foretold that he would do that. And it was also foretold that he would be stopped. And so enter Nicholas. And as a child, the prince really came after him hard and wanted to destroy him. As a matter of fact, just as a child, he was chased after. His parents were killed. And then he was taken up by an adoptive parents, and he grew up to be a very straight and moral person. And he started to discover his magical past, because there's some genetics that go all the way back that make him magical and give hints to his magical future. And to help battle this prince and prevent him from doing what he's doing to not only his brother, but to the whole kingdom, he is asked to help fight the battle to put this man out of business.
Is that how he starts to obtain some of these qualities that make him and help him transform into Santa Claus?
Yes.
Yes. Well, he's raised by
A toy
a
maker.
senior company,
Yeah.
a toy maker, who is the chief toy maker and carpenter for the king.
Aha.
And he makes toys for not only the queen, but their princess.
Yes, and Nicholas is his apprentice.
Aha.
yes.
So this is where his love of the toys come in.
Yes.
So your book touches on a lot of themes of morality, of empathy, of the spirit of giving.
Yes.
Well, and these things were important for you to
Yes.
sort of give the reasoning behind
Yes.
how he becomes this legendary person,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Talk a little bit
absolutely.
about that.
Well, he was raised by very moral people too, and his mother was related to 3 fellows who wanted to become priests, and so he was imbued with this moral character, that he carries through his entire lifetime, and I guess that's what kind of made him want to help the people who lived in that kingdom to defeat this evil sorcerer prince. And it's I think it's an amazing adventure story. You'll see swords and sorcery and you'll see dragons and fairies and
Who doesn't love that?
Oh, my goodness.
Everybody.
It's
So
ex-
who is it for? Is this for kids? Is this for teens? For adults?
I think for all.
Yeah.
Probably anyone, if you're 12 years old and 35 years old in heart, this is something that you want to read. And I think it would be exciting. It would really be something, I think, that would thrill people and they'd find out something about Nicholas that they didn't know.
Well, and I like the fact that it relates, that kids can find themselves in the story in different ways through this process of how he becomes this person. I think it gives us all this hope that we all have this good in us and we
Yes.
can become someone great.
It's a coming of age story for him.
Yeah.
And then and he goes through temper tantrums and love crushes and
All the things that you'd expect children
All
and
the
teenagers to go through.
And even some adults. you
Right,
guys.
exactly. Right?
and then you throw in he has to learn how to deal with powers.
Yes.
He finds out that he can tell whether somebody is lying or not lying.
Yes, remember that, right?
I love all that. Okay, we're out of time. I'm going to give the information for the book. I think this would make a lovely gift for people. It's just one to get your hands on. So Sandy and Dr. Darrell, thank you so much for joining us.
You're
We
welcome.
appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. Again, How Nicholas Became Santa Claus by Sandra Jo Troupe and Dr. Darrell R. Troupe Sr. is available on Amazon. You can also learn more by following them on social media. Beautiful cover, too.